Money FM 89.3. Best of Friday Night Live. Friday Night Fibbing.
Okay, from our very, very reliable listener, James, Friday Night Fibbing update.
Okay.
Neil, 15. Dan, 12.
Oh my God, what happened?
Exactly. Naz, says James, you have to catch up for Dan as he's too far behind. Can you flip Neil tonight? This is the big question. So if you're just joining us, Naz is in the hot seat for the very first time. He is going to come up with the story, and myself and you, our wonderful listeners, are going to decide whether he's telling the truth or it is indeed Friday Night Fibbing. So play along. WhatsApp 88550893. Send in your questions, your queries, your interrogations, or just your random thoughts. Naz, the floor is yours.
Okay, wait, I'm pulling out the intro.
Well, straight away, that tells me it's made up. Okay.
Well, we'll see.
All right.
Okay, I think you usually start with my name, something, right? Yeah. Can you run me through first? Can you just demo for me before I start?
Can I what?
Can you demo how you intro?
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually just say, I, Neil Humphreys, blah,
Yes.
blah, 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 blah.
Okay. No, I gotta get it right, it's a tradition.
Dad never does it that way.
Okay.
Right.
I, Nas,
Okay.
once upon a time, in my teenage years, danced my way into the Singapore Book of Records.
Wow.
And this dance is none other than Zumba.
Wow.
And this was done way back when I was in secondary school. So ask me some questions.
Well, firstly,
Right.
I think I can agree with Fujiren and speak on behalf of all of our listeners and
Yes.
say that's a much better story than anything Dad has come up with in recent weeks, if not months.
Okay.
Straight off the bat, I'm leaning towards true. Okay, let's take this step at a time. WhatsApp 88550893. So the young man opposite me says he broke records dancing Zumba
Right.
in secondary school.
Yes.
Right. Which secondary school and how old were you?
This is back when I was, this was in 2016. And I was, I really got to say my age. Okay, but just know that it's 2016. I was still in secondary school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so this was back then.
She about what, 14, 15, younger?
Around there, 14.
Okay.
14.
How did you get into Zumba?
Funny you say that. So my school, which is Fuchun Secondary School back then, already closed down already. We had this program called the LLP program, called the Learning for Life program. So it is where all the performing arts CCA in the school had to go through some form of dance routine because it was our school's 30th anniversary.
Right.
So in order to make it symbolic, our then principal thought of a good idea to try and put our names out there.
Right. And this was about the time when Zumba was really taking off.
Yeah.
So I can see that. Now, remember, the rules of the game are it's either entirely true
Right.
or entirely false.
Exactly.
That's correct, right? So it
Yeah.
can't be some true, some false. It's
Yeah.
either entirely true or entirely false.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Okay. What was the record you broke? What did you have to do?
So we did the longest Zumba dance in Singapore.
Longest in terms of the number
duration.
Oh, duration.
So
Not
we
people
danced,
lined up in a row.
No. So we
Okay.
danced for 4 hours straight.
Where?
In our school hall, of course.
Okay.
And with 5-minute breaks each hour.
Now, I know these things need adjudicators, you need witnesses.
That's right.
So did somebody come down?
Yes, there was a representative from the Singapore Book of Records.
Okay.
And they came down.
So it's a Singapore record.
It's a Singapore Book of Records. It's not the Guinness Book
Okay.
of Records.
Yeah. Okay. Still, it's impressive.
Yeah. So they had someone came down to verify, kept a watchful eye on us that we, and ensure that we danced properly.
Yeah.
What are the questions?
Now, remind me again.
Right.
Because I do. Zumba is like an exercise kind of dancing, right? I've forgotten.
Right. So it's a cardio exercise,
Yep.
but it involves Latin
Yes.
beats.
Yes.
And so you just sway your hips around.
Do you remember what kind of music you did? Was the song? So, for example, do you still have muscle memory? So, if I played the song right now, and I won't, but if I
Whoa.
did, would it kick in and you'd straight away remember the moves?
It depends. It depends actually,
Okay.
because it's been years since then, and I think, but the music wise, right? It was a mixture. So we had someone, or the school had someone, to put together a couple of songs that would run for 4 hours. So it was a remix, like sort of thing.
Do you remember any of the songs?
Oh, there was Justin Bieber.
Right.
What do you mean? There was obviously Cake by the Ocean by DNCE. Funnily, there was ABBA in it also.
Yeah, well, it's got a good beat. It's got a
Yeah.
very good beat. Okay, did anyone come down, like parents or MPs? Sometimes the councillors come for this kind of thing. It's a big deal.
So at that point of time, we didn't have any government officials there.
Okay.
So because, like I said, this was a thing that we were attempting to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's not big enough for government officials to sort of appear as guest of honor.
Okay.
But there were people from the Parents Association. You know, the schools, like they have their own, like,
Of course.
is it called PG? PG, I can't remember what it's called. Basically, it's just a bunch of parents who volunteers to help
Yep.
out the school and
Yep.
things like that. They were there, obviously, to support, to give out the drinks and all that for in between. And really, it was a surreal experience.
What do you guys think? WhatsApp 88550893. Let me see. Ian says Naz is rather convincing with his details.
Right.
So he is not fibbing. Fuji Ren says, wow, yes, agree with you, Neil. That was such a good story from Naz. Dan, hang your head in shame wherever you are. This is the minimum standard required. I have to agree.
He could just chat GPT the story, right? And the script would still be much, much better, I
Right,
guess.
to recap briefly, listeners just joining us, Naz is telling me that when he was a teenager, around 14, 15,
Right.
he took part in a Zumba dancing contest. Was it for charity or just for fun or part of the CCA? Or?
It was, as I mentioned, for our school's 30th anniversary.
Oh, yeah, for the 30th anniversary. And they broke a Singapore record.
Yes, this was in
Now,
2016.
I'm not downplaying your achievement, but Zumba was a relatively new thing back then. So I
Right.
can't imagine the record being that long or that historic. I mean, it sounds a bit like one of those made-up records. I'm not saying it wasn't a record, but
The record that we broke was 2 hours and 30 minutes.
because, you
I
know,
think.
I've written about this in the past. Singapore has a history of having some very odd
Right.
records, like, you
Right.
know, standing on one foot and picking your nose for 3 weeks.
Hey, but you know,
know.
these kind of things, you can bring it on to the Guinness Books of Record.
Yes, you
and
can.
you can actually just put yourself out there. So I wouldn't say it's weird, but I get your point, Neil. I get your point.
Right, okay, listeners, last chance. Is he telling the truth or is he fibbing? WhatsApp 88550893. I need to make an answer. I am leaning towards
Right.
the truth. And I'll say this.
Uh-huh.
This will massage your ego because it is a very good story.
Okay.
And if you are fibbing,
Right.
it's one of the best fibs we've ever had on this show. And if you're not fibbing, it's also a very good story. So you can't really lose at this point. Mm-hmm. So you broke the record, you say. It was 2 hours plus and you did 4 hours plus.
Right.
What did you get for that? Was there any ceremony, a certificate? What?
There wasn't anything grand like that, lah, bro.
No, I know that. It's only a Singapore
was,
record, but you must have got something.
No.
Not even a certificate.
The school did, lah, not individually, because we did it as a school.
And was there any acknowledgement in school assembly or anything like that from the principal or whatever? Because normally there would be. I've been to many assemblies.
We were on a Straits Times article. My face is on Straits Times article.
Because of this.
Yeah.
So hang on. No certificate. No-
There is a certificate that was
but not much,
given.
you're saying not really a big deal, and yet
It's
the
not.
national newspaper covered it.
Right.
Why would no disrespect?
No disrespect.
But why would they cover it? Was there no wars going on around the world, or
2016 was the peaceful year, bro.
I know.
This was before Donald Trump took over.
Kidding. Yeah, it was. Innocent times.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, pre-everything.
Summer was the best then. Anyway, back to the story. So, any more further questions before
Okay, no, I'm going to wrap this up. Right,
Right.
James, I'll give the final word to James. He says, Neil, since he's in the hot seat first time, he shouldn't be flipping. I'm leaning towards that way. Someone else has chimed in and said, I don't know who this is, but they've just shouted out, it's true. And Tech Chong has said, 100% true. I'm going with our listeners. Naz, first time in the hot seat. My dear friend, you are telling the truth.
Well, Neil, the answer is the truth.
Yes. Take that, Dad. Not only have I extended my lead, but I've done it by calling on one of the best stories we've ever had. Well done, Naz.
Thank you.
Great story.
Yes.
And the lead is unassailable.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.